Today we'll learn how to make chicken momos at home. Trust me, it's really easy, and I know how much we all crave for these momos, yummy momos, which are free, which is available though, but there's nothing like making them at home for our children, and it is really safe to make it at home because we know what are the ingredients that we put into it. So today I'm going to teach you how to make chicken momos at home, and trust me, it's very easy. If I can do it, you can also do it. For the filling, we would require half a kg of minced chicken. I have ordered it from Licious and the quality is really good. We would need onions finely chopped, ginger, garlic, green chilies, and salt to taste. Finely chop the ginger, garlic, and green chilies. You can use a chopper or a food processor for it. You'll add everything in. All the ingredients are finely chopped now. You can see that they're in a chunky way. I finely chopped the onions and the ginger garlic and the green chilies. It's finely chopped. The onions are also finely chopped, and I've added a little bit of salt into them so that the water comes out of the onion. We don't want our filling to be too runny, so we'll squeeze out the water from the onions so that they are dry and mixes well with the chicken mince. Add both the onion and the chili garlic mix into the mince meat, and we'll mix it really well. You can use your hands because it's always better to use your hands to mix things. We'll add a little bit of salt as per required. I'm going to add 1 spoon of salt. I'm going to use my hands to mix it really well. When you mix it really well, so you can even feel it with your hand. See, the mixture is all ready. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it into the refrigerator for at least 1 hour, because when I would be doing the filling, I do not want it to be too runny, because if you see that it is too watery right now. So when I do the filling into my momos, I do not want this to be too runny. So once you mix everything into the chicken mince, you can keep it in the freezer for maybe an hour or 1.5 hours. It will tighten up the mixture. Now we'll make the outer covering of the momos. For that you would need almost half a kg of flour or maida. You would need some salt. You'll add the salt as per your taste. And what we are going to do is something special will make this momos really good is we'll add some oil into this. With 2 tablespoons of oil. We have to now just mix the ingredients all together before we knead it into a fine dough. Alright, now it's almost done. You can see that the oil is mixed well. Now we're going to knead this we'll add water little by little. We do not need a very soft dough. You can also use a food processor, but I prefer to use hand because I feel it dough is a little tight. What I'm going to do is add a bit more water, just a tiny bit of water, to make sure that we have a softer dough. But we do not need too soft a dough, and we're not just going to Now the dough is ready. We're going to put a little bit oil on it, cover it with oil. We're going to keep this in the refrigerator for around an hour. Our chicken mix is ready. Our dough is ready. And we need a rolling pin and a rolling board and some dry flour for dusting while. I've rolled the dough into a roll so that it is easy for me to divide. What I'm going to do is I'm going to divide it into small portions. And this is the portions that I'm going to roll out into my Momo. I've rolled my dough into tiny. Roll the dough into thin circular discs. Either you can roll it, fill it in. Right. I've rolled out few of these Momo skins. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the filling. We scoop up some of the chicken mixture, put it in the center. Now this is a tricky thing, though we can't achieve the professional level, but you can always start. So you fold the layer like this. Maybe what I do is I try to make a frill kind of a thing, like a pleat. You have to close, the main objective is you need to close it nicely so that the mixture doesn't come up. So we keep it, take another one. There are different ways in which you can see, but for this I would say your practice is what is going to make the difference. I've also tried this one wherein one part of it is folded, and even that works. So it looks like this. Though we can't achieve the perfection, but definitely yes, as you keep on making it, you will definitely achieve that perfection. So there's another one, we can try to give it another one. Okay. Now this one I try with the portly style. Let us see how does it work. So I'm going to put it into the center, bring all of it together like this. Also can work like a portly, you can put it. So whichever way is your style, you can choose and make them all, get them all ready, and then we are going to put it into the steamer and steam it. Now all the momos are stuffed. I've made it into different shapes. What I usually do it, you can also try it, is that whenever there is a free time, whenever I'm free, I make it, get it all prepared. I defreeze them. The ones which I do not have to make the same day, I defreeze them, put it in a plate and put it in the freezer. Once they become frozen, you can put it into a zip pouch and keep it frozen, and it stays for a good 1 or 2 weeks. So whenever you come back home, right, it's time for us to steam them. I use my traditional idli maker. You need to pour water into it. Use the stand, this thing. Cover it up, let it steam. Once the water is warm enough, you're going to line up the momos. And then you're going to cover it up and steam it for around, you can steam it for around 20 minutes.